Alright, thank you very much. Hello everybody, it's your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm back in action with another look at another movie that has come out a while ago that I really thought was really good and I couldn't wait to see it. Now I finally get to review it, and that movie is the Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox. You know, this was a particularly very interesting story. It brought back Barry Allen and it introduced the DC Universe to the New 52, from what I understand. That's in the comic book version. Here they decided just to make a standalone movie about it. And it was really good. I really enjoyed this movie. The voice talent was great. The writing was excellent. And even the fight sequences were really, really good. Really on par to what you would expect in this kind of movie. That said, what is this movie about? Well, one day the Flash had to fight his own rogues and at his museum and stop them from destroying the place. And he's able to do that. But the next morning, he wakes up and everything is different. It starts off with just him. He has no powers, and the world's at war. It's about to, everything's about to collapse. So think of it in some ways as a butterfly effect. Somehow something went back in time and changed everything. So things are different. Batman is very different. He uses guns. He kills. He has very little regard for human life. And is it just me, or does he look older? Wink. Now, there's also Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, who is actually one of the main villains now in this movie. Her and Aquaman are at war, and their two nations are literally tearing our world apart and killing millions. It was interesting at one point in this show when a character, and this guy is usually a bad guy, he's usually an assassin, so he usually doesn't have much regard for human life. But that said, when he came upon, and he was playing the same character even in this reality, however, when he came upon like parts of Europe that were destroyed, he said that this is too much death even for me. And that was actually really interesting. Not enough for Wonder Woman and hers, let me tell you. They are just completely homicidal in this movie, even to an extreme extent. Now, one thing about this movie I have to admit is that it has a small drawback. This one is set very squarely in the DC Universe as a whole. So you'll introduce people like him, and you'll wonder, who is he? What can he do? Where has he been all this time? Now, people who have read all the DC comics don't know who this guy is. I actually saw it. Somebody the picture I grabbed called him Garth. But don't ask me who he is, and don't ask me what he's doing with his hands there. But it's lethal, let me tell you. And apparently he's on Aquaman's side. Those are Aquaman's soldiers. But this is all happening in the present. What happened to make our world like this all of a sudden? How did things suddenly change? That's what the Flash has got to figure out. But first, he's got to get his powers back, and that ain't easy, let me tell you. The Flashpoint Paradox, without it being said, is a see it. Very well done movie, very powerful done movie. Definitely not for the kiddies. This is definitely meant for the more mature audience of DC fans. I enjoyed it, and I think you will too. Alright everybody, that's it for me today. We'll see you at the theaters.